Law students today learn differently than law students a generation ago. In other disciplines, educators have recognized this pedagogical shift and embraced it through the so-called flipped classroom. Through this blended approach, students can watch lectures online before class, allowing the professors in class to dive deeper into analysis and reasoning of the content.
For the third edition of our casebook, Constitutional Law Cases in Context, from Wolters Kluwer, Josh and I are producing a series of short, focused videos about each case in the book. The videos will discuss the facts, posture, analysis, and holding of the case. Additionally, to make the media richer, we will include photographs, maps, and primary source documents about the case. The concise videos can be watched on laptops, tablets, or phones, so that they can be streamed on demand before class, even during the commute to school.
Professors that adopt our casebook can assign these videos so students are better prepared to engage in classroom discussions. For less than the cost of a commercial outline, you can supplement your understanding with easy-to-understand explanations, dive deeper into the context of cases, and even binge-watch lectures before the final exam.
In preparing the third edition, every page was reviewed and re-edited with a primary focus: clarity. Placing ourselves back in the shoes of a 1L who has never before studied this material, we rethought from the ground up what works and what does not work. Specifically, we sought to provide students with a more accessible and engaging way to learn constitutional law than is now available in existing casebooks. Instead of drowning students with tedious notes after the case, which, to be frank, no one actually reads, before each case, we include a series of clear, easy-to-understand study guide questions. These learning objectives pinpoint what students should take away from the reading. We do not hide the ball.
Context. The theme of the book is reflected in its title, Cases in Context. Constitutional law has not developed in a vacuum. Rather, over the course of 2 centuries, all 3 branches of our government have interpreted the Constitution's 7 articles and 27 amendments in the context of complicated real-world events. We professors take our knowledge of this story for granted, having picked it up along the way. But for most students, it is entirely new and more than a little strange. All students, even those unfamiliar with American history, will learn the essential background information to grasp how this body of law has come to be what it is today.
Consideration of all sides of all issues will enrich the pedagogical experience, and more importantly, will better equip future lawyers with different modalities of argumentation. Regardless of how professors may view these issues, Cases in Context will provide students with a balanced perspective. With less opinionated supplementation by the casebook authors, each professor can put his or her own stamp on the story as it unfolds.
The canon. Fourth, we will teach you about the canon as well as the anti-canon. It is not enough for students to memorize the good cases and the bad ones. To appreciate why some cases have become canonical and others have become reviled requires them to understand the narrative of constitutional law as it has developed since the founding. No casebook presents the narrative of constitutional law as effectively or engagingly as this one. Our goal was to allow the story to emerge from the materials themselves rather than from us.
To the professors who have chosen to adopt our casebook and videos, we thank you.
To the students watching this before starting your course on constitutional law, brace yourselves, it's a wild ride.